Welcome to this episode of The Big Show, the worst podcast of all time. Call in at 516-670-5132 if you dare. Chris Cornell is a live wire, a real madman.
Welcome to this episode of The Big Show. I'm here. I'm alone, in my room, recording myself, and that's fun. I'm 1 week sober, which is like the worst shit in the world. I always feel like I have to whisper because I don't want anyone to hear me. What if people hear me and then they make fun of me? You know, I can't have any of that. So here I am. Bearing my soul. I'm here. I'm alone. I'm sober. I'm sad. I'm fucking single. Which is not great. It fucking sucks, dude. Yeah, it just sucks, dude. I mean, it sucks to not have that that avenue of like love where you like get love from someone. I'm gonna start just bawling, crying, and I'm gonna put it on YouTube. And it'll be like, self-hating white man cries. Okay. Here is the little. Okay.
Boy, do you have a lot of editing to do on this fucking voicemail if you want to use it.
This show stinks.
Okay. So our first voicemail is from my Uncle Charlie, who always seems to call in and just bash the show, which is great. So I'm excited to hear from him. Let's fire it up. Okay, Uncle Charlie.
Hey, what's going on, bud? This is your Uncle Charlie. I keep tuning into the show for, I don't even really know why. I mean, it's always just a goddamn waste of time every time I turn it on, and every time I turn it on, I just kind of want to turn it off. So I'm sure people listening right now feel the same way. But yeah, man, I mean, keep failing. You're not even failing upward. You're just kind of just failing. And no one respects you. You don't really have any talent. 3 people think you're attractive, and that's basically all you got going for you. So just, I don't know. All right. Keep up a good fight. Love you, bud.
Thanks, bud. Love you too. I don't even feel like doing this. I really don't. No, I just want to go to bed. I want to go to bed. Okay, so our next voicemail is from Cliff.
Hey, what's up, man? Just wanted to let you know. I know you're like feeling pretty insecure about your show, which makes sense because it sucks, and I've told you that before. It's really bad. But like what that does, though, this is what I think you haven't considered, and like you should feel confident about.
Okay.
Is that because it sucks so bad and you just keep doing it for some inexplicable reason, it's giving other people like inspiration. Like they feel like, wow, like if this fucking idiot can make a show, then like maybe I can make a show.
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm starting a show. I'm gonna interview girls. I mean, I guess women. Yeah, we're getting into our late 20s. They're women now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna interview women that I hook up with and ask them why they won't go on a second date with me. Because none of them do.
Right.
Like I always fuck on the first date, and then none of them go on a second date with me.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to know why. Is it because I don't have a job?
Yeah.
Is it because like we got like really kinky like right off the bat, and you were like, I don't know if I can keep this up for like a year, you know, if we got a second date and I catch feelings for this guy, like I don't want to. I don't know what it is, but I definitely I feel like it would be like, I'm sure they would be comfortable, you know, answering that question. Like, why won't you go on a date why won't you go on another date with me? Why won't you date me?
Yeah.
That's like a good show idea. So yeah, man, you're killing it. Like you're killing yourself. We're watching this little piece of you die every time you do your show, which is, it's like that's part of the zeitgeist. Like we're kind of in a pathetic place right now as a country, and you can kind of be our mascot. So, yeah. All right, suck a dick and die.
Thanks. Suck a dick and die. Pizza, pizza. If I were the mascot of America, I mean, I don't know, dude. I don't even fucking, you know what I mean? I feel like shit today. Yeah, I mean, hey, dude, that sounds like a fucking great show. I think if you get 50 episodes deep, I mean, that's like hats off to you. But also, if you get like 50 episodes deep without getting a girl to like go on a second date with you, I'm gonna feel bad, dude. And maybe, well, you said about the kinky thing. So I don't know how kinky you're going. Like if you're peeing on her and stuff, then that's probably wild. That's too much to upkeep. I don't even like a year from then. You're gonna be like, I was gonna say you're gonna be cutting her head off, but maybe not. Maybe you won't be doing that. Yeah, man. I mean, keep up the good work. Thanks for calling in. I think that's a great idea. There is this. What it reminded me of is this CD that was compiled by like Andy Kaufman's friends, I think, where Andy Kaufman walked around with a voice recorder and just like recorded people on a recorder without them knowing. And he interviewed a girl after they had sex. I forgot the name of the track, but it's really, really funny because he's just like fucking with her the whole time and she's like being serious about it. And then, which honestly is kind of being an asshole, but it's still pretty funny to listen to. Yeah, so I recommend that to Mr. Cliff. And thanks for calling, dude. You can call in at 516-670-5132. I'm not going to kill myself. I'm not that sad. I mean, I feel pretty sad, but like I don't want any pity, basically. Don't pity me. I don't need pity. All right, bitch. I don't need it. But I do need you to keep calling in at 516-670-5132. So here's Frank. We were going to have Frank on the show, but Frank did not have good enough Wi-Fi to be on the show. We tried. We recorded probably 10 seconds before his Wi-Fi started cutting out. Then he moved to the garage. So, it sucks. I wanted that very bad. So here's Frank.
Hey, Chris. It's Frank. I'm in bed right now. I was just about to go to sleep. I just woke up. No, I'm just about to go to sleep. I've been meaning to leave a message, but I haven't, so I'm doing it before I go to sleep. Can't wait to be on the show. Yes. I hope I have a really weird dream. I'm really high right now.
Okay.
Very high. Very in a good mood. Good night, Chris. I'll see you on Tuesday. Goodbye. Tuesday.
Good night, Frank. That was left at like 8 a.m. I was on my way to work and I fucking got it. Yeah, man. I mean, hey, we didn't see each other, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it soon. Okay, so here is Joey, new caller. We'll see. I don't listen to these before I play them because I feel like if I listen to them, then I kind of like it loses like the whole thing. Unless you're an unknown caller, then I'll listen to it. Unknown caller actually called in from his real number, so now we know who this man is. I have his number, and it's not the man I thought it was. So we'll get into that later. But this is Joey.
How are you, buddy? Hope you're doing well. All things considered, I don't want to speak on your business, so I'll just say I went through the same shit recently, and I can say you're better off. You know the old saying, if they don't want to know what you're about.
Joey's talking about my recent breakup. Very sad, feeling terrible. feeling like I don't have any love in my life anymore. But we'll get down to the bottom of it. I'll make it over the hump, and then I'll see what happens after that. But yeah, man. So here's Joey. Sorry, I had to start it over.
How are you, buddy? Hope you're doing well. All things considered, I want to speak on your business, so I'll just say I went through the same shit recently, and I can say you're better off. You know the old saying, if they don't want to know what you're about, then let them go. You know what I'm saying? It's not hard to let it devolve into a rant, so I'm going to leave it alone. But I will tell you this. I was born with big dick thrombosis, so I was raised on Ritalin, and my parents secreted me away to a gay camp where I learned how to fend for myself and fashion survival purses out of local foliage.
Okay.
That shit at the Capitol was crazy, huh? I heard they changed all the pronouns of all the prisoners in the U.S., plummeting the stock of man-ass and boy pussy. The economy crippled. The stores of famine and cannibalism have emerged. One man identified as Frank was chopping up his cellies, so he was all right.
Okay.
He was doing that shit before any of it.
Mm-hmm.
You could just use it and cut them up and if you do what you want, I don't know.
Okay.
And then Tom Segura presenting to the emergency room. 49-year-old morbidly obese man exploded while approaching a basketball dunk. Some say he slipped on his fat man sweat. Others say it was saliva.
Yeah.
His saliva. He was thinking about donuts.
Damn.
One thing we do know is that for certain, his flatulence herniated his C3 vertebrae on his way down.
Mm.
He'll never fart the same again.
We won't.
Hey, you play Call of Duty? I like Call of Duty, man. I'm kind of a dork.
Yeah.
Hey, you got any more of those only in New York segments? That shit was good. I like that segment. Because a lot of stuff happens over there that people just take as an everyday occurrence, whereas over here in, California, we're just like, what the fuck? Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Because you have to go out of your way to find, like, wild-ass shit, Hey, do you smoke cartridges of that fucking dank-ass THC, bro?
No.
How often do you go through your carts? It's nice weather over here, even when it's raining. And people are weird. Not as weird as I imagine over there in New York. I commute by my BMX to work with a loser right. Recently identified as autism likely by multiple free online tests.
Okay.
I kind of sedate myself with IPAs, chronic masturbation.
Yes.
Call of Duty, and hitting them carts, on my Xbox.
Yeah.
The gay way to play, TM.
Whoa.
Anyway, bro, love your show. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Never take another day for granted. Don't be like Frank. Don't end up in jail for life.
True.
Surviving on man ass. Carefully portioned in 24.
Okay, that's the end of the voicemail. Yeah, man, it sounded like you were like speed walking while doing a stand-up set, and it was really funny to me. I appreciate you calling, dude. Thank you. Sorry, yeah, I mean, I didn't really retain much of that, but it was pretty funny, dude. New York thing, I don't know. I mean, there's like a lot of junkies everywhere. I'm tapped out. Here's Joey again. He called in again. I'm slipping away from. Okay. Here's Joey. Here's Joey. Round two.
In my defense, I have chronic masturbation induced CTE.
Mm-hmm.
So if I sound like I'm spurging out on my call, it's because of that. I have a brain injury from chronic masturbation. When I was jacking off upside down on the toilet, I fell back and I hit my head on the porcelain. And I have a flat spot now, so I have a handler that has a government-mandated hand job every other day. So that's how I get through my work week at the DMV. So if you could be nice to me and not make too many bad words against my name and the Lord Jesus, amen.
Amen. Inshallah. I'm still trying to work out the logistics of you jerking off backwards on a toilet. Is that are you sitting on the top of it? And if so, you're probably really flexible. You can really spread your legs out, make them parallel to the wall, and then it makes kind of sense that you hit the rim, the porcelain on the rim. But if you're sitting on the toilet seat, right, facing the wall, while jerking off, then you fall into the porcelain. You have to be either very small or you're again very flexible, where your back bends in a way when you fall where you just hit the top of your head on the underside of the toilet. And I'm not entirely sure of how that happens, but hey man, I mean, hey, thanks for calling, Joey. Sorry about the CTE thing. I I'm not going to speak any bad words on your name, and thanks for calling, man. Keep calling. 516-670-5132. Appreciate it. Thank you. Bye-bye. Now we are getting another voicemail right now that I already preloaded. It is from a man who I don't know his name. I just know that his fucking name on Instagram is Cowboy. I don't know his name. I never learned his name. I would like to learn his name. I talked to him somewhat, just hey, yeah, that kind of stuff. I don't know his name. So tell me your name, dude. But here's him, unnamed Cowboy.
Hey, Gaylord. What's going on?
Hey, man.
Thought I would just call in and ask for girl advice.
Oof.
I don't know why I'm asking you, but, I thought, hey, you could use a voicemail for the show, right? So there's this girl that I like, and we've been friends now for, I want to say 3 years or so. And we never really made a move on each other, but I always thought we liked each other.
Mm-hmm.
When we met, we were both in relationships, blah, blah, blah. But there was always a vibe there. And she was always, I don't know, telling me, she's, thinking, oh, I'm thinking about getting into a relationship, blah, blah, blah. And, I don't know, asking me about my sign and all that stuff. And I assume, she's down if she's asking me for my sign and all that. So, fast forward, about 2 years into the friendship, a week ago, she just went to Berkeley College,
mm-hmm.
and she's gone now. But she told me that she wants me to come up and visit her in February. And I was thinking, I'd like to make a move, next time I go down there to visit her. And I was thinking, what do you think would be a good move to make on a girl you've been, kind of friends with in a will they, won't they situation? How do you think I can break that barrier without getting me too? Thanks, man. You suck.
Hey, thanks. You suck too. Thanks for calling. 516-670-5132. Oh man. Well, it depends. It sucks that she moved. It depends how far away you are from Berkeley if you want to make that thing work as far as a relationship, but long distance relationships are super difficult. That's part of the reason why mine, failed. But yeah, long distance relationships are super hard. So I don't know if I would jump into a long distance relationship. If you're just trying to bang, okay, then you got to play it cool. But if you're trying to date her, then I think you should just tell her how you feel instead of think about it too much and just kind of just outright say it. You might risk ruining the relationship that you do have or the friendship. But if she's asking you her sign, asking you your sign and stuff, maybe it's a good indicator. But also, I think women just like astrology. So there's really no yeah, man. I mean, it's kind of a tough thing. If you are just trying to bang, then I would just go up there and then just hang out and then just, maybe I don't know. It's kind of hard to go about it without being kind of seedy. I always just like to be upfront immediately. Also, I would never have a female as a friend if we're, if I'm less evolved or what. I don't know what it is, but no thanks. It just muddies the waters completely, and then I'm stuck in this whole fucking thing. I got better shit to do. So no female friends for me. But yeah, I don't know, man. Just tell her straight up what you're going through and how you feel and stuff like that. So that's pretty much the only advice I have. I mean, it's really lame, shitty advice, but just tell her what you're feeling, and it's probably going to go over a lot better than you think. If you risk ruining the relationship, she's far away anyway, so it's the relationship might fizzle at this point. Friendship, I mean. So I don't know, man. Yeah, just outright say it, okay? Too many people beat around the bush about how they're feeling about a woman, or oh my god, well, if I say this, then maybe that, and but then just get out of your head and just say how you feel, and it's going to be a lot easier. Yeah, so thanks for calling, dude. I hope that helped a little bit. But yeah, just don't be in your own way, dude. If you feel for this woman, Tell her how you feel. See if she reciprocates. If she doesn't, whatever. If she does, then, happily ever after and all that shit. Also, fuck you for saying that I need a voicemail or whatever. I don't want this to be a pity thing. I want people to actually just want to call in. Okay? It sucks. It doesn't help with my marketing either. I'm like, call in, please, Jesus Christ, I need voicemail. You're my only hope. Like, doing all that stuff. It's tongue in cheek, Yeah. So then here's a couple more pity voicemails that I got. So here is Garrett.
Yo, Chris. Hope the show is going well, man. This is Garrett. I call in semi-regularly on Kevin's podcast. I was on the fence about calling in, but I read in one of your descriptions that it said please, so I guess I welcomed myself to do so. I didn't come out of Kevin's last podcast looking too great, but I figured he would probably want me to do this, so I'm doing this for him.
Yes.
I watched 2 of your episodes. I think number 5, the last episode, had a really good intro. You had a guy with a narrator voice that kind of sounded like the old Sound Blaster graphics cards when you test them, or maybe something out of like Encarta Encyclopedia. There was a game in that mode, or there's a game on that CD.
Mm-hmm.
You may remember it.
Mm-mm.
Otherwise, that with the I don't know if it's just like a out of tune 808 or something, but it's playing over the narration. It gives me a real weird cyber vibe, whatever those words conjure up any imagery or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, keep that intro. If my words have any weight, which hopefully not. I like the setup of your room so far. I think it's great.
All right. Okay.
That's probably like $4 million in NYC.
Yeah.
If it means anything. Hold on, I'm at the drive-thru right now.
Oh God. Okay. It's a dedicated call.
Hi, could I get a large Baja Blast soda with no ice?
Oh, ew.
That'll do it.
That's it?
All right, thank you.
That's it? What the fuck?
No ice is a good choice. Thank you, Chris.
No, it's not. Hello?
I hope Baja Blast is your go-to drink.
It's not. It's not my go-to drink. I like how I'm still on the line. That's good.
Yeah, anyways, you seem to run off of the voicemail.
Okay, well, that's the end of the voicemail. Thanks for calling. We're going to jump into his second voicemail. I think he didn't know that there was a time limit. It's a 3-minute time limit.
Yo, Chris, didn't know there was a time limit on the voicemail, so I'll try to keep this little bit brief. I was watching your show, and I couldn't help to notice that you are actually handsome, and it's not just folklore.
Thanks, man.
In between the 2 other guys that happen to watch both you and Kevin. The thing I'm worried about, right, is you seem like a very nice guy. Yeah, I've heard you already take some insane voicemails, and you happen to field them pretty well and go about them in a nice way without being performative about anything. I guess what I'd have to say is that although you are handsome, you do have long hair and you do live in New York City. And if that's a formula for anything, that's someone who's going to get into like noise music. Definitely noise music. Or something of that, one of those hipster internet alternative music circles.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not going to land you anyone you want to be around, man. those aren't people you want to be around. You seem like you still have a pure, good soul intact, besides the fact you have a fucking painting of G.G. Allen on your wall. I just gotta say, man, be careful with the way you're choosing to go about that handsome face, man.
Thanks.
Other than that,
Appreciate it.
have a great show. I enjoy it a lot. My tip, be a little bit more tenacious and show more fire. All right, thank you, Chris.
Tenacious, show more fire. Was that because I said tenacious last time in the last episode or 2 episodes ago? And I don't know if I used it right. So if you're being a dick right now, bro, and you're oh no, I think it was in the Joe Rogan thing. I don't know, but yeah. Oh God, if you're making fun of me for using it wrong, bro, then I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be real mad. But yeah, hey, thanks for calling, dude. Yeah, also noise music. I fucking do like noise music. I used to, when New York City was open, I would go to the noise shows all the time. I'm not really gonna hang out with those people because they're fucking weirdos. They're really fucking weird. I went to a noise show and I watched the old Japanese man squeak on a saxophone for like 30 minutes, and it was awesome, dude. It was so funny. I loved it. But there's a couple good noise musicians. I think Girl Pusher's really good. I think Dream Crusher is great. Dream Crusher's my favorite noise musician by far. And who the fuck else, dude? Deli Girls. I think Deli Girls are cool too. Trans lead singer, and she moans on tracks, and tiny boobs. but they're great. Yeah, look them up if you want to. But yeah, dude, that's really funny. I definitely have a noise music vibe, I guess. I'll own it. Yeah, whatever, dude. I like noise music. Fuck out of here. I'm getting back into my punk phase, and I'm super excited for that. I was listening to way too much hip hop, like every day hip hop. I realized it's because it doesn't really make me feel much at all, and if I feel too much, then I start to feel like kind of sad. So noise music is definitely sure. Thanks for listening to the show. Thanks for liking it, man. I appreciate it. And I hope I have a good soul. The G.G. Allen thing, I mean, whatever, bro. I like G.G. Allen. Hated is my favorite documentary of all time. It's fucking so funny. It's right up my alley as far as humor goes. I don't know if he thought it was funny. I think he thought it was just like badass and cool. But what I always thought was funny about him is that he's supposed to like not give a shit. He's like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm fucking G.G. Allen. I don't give a shit. I'll like throw my shit on stage, but he's still like dressed up in like spikes and helmets and shit. So he cared enough about how he looked. But yeah, I mean, I like G.G. Allen. He's great. I would never go to a show. Because he would seek out people who didn't fit into the show, and then he would beat them up. And I don't want to get hit. I did get punched at a noise show once, though. I was very drunk in the audience, and I was like pushing everyone around to a song that didn't need that. And this guy just hit me and ran away. Yeah, I mean, I saw him a couple times that night, and then I would like get real close to him. I started like drunkenly drinking water in front of him, trying to like entice him to fight me again. Yeah, he was very small, very, very tiny man. He was like 5'2". I was at a noise show alone, just way too drunk. I got hit in the face. But yeah, man, hey, thanks for calling. This next call is 516-670-5132. That's when you can call in. And this is the unknown caller, the infamous unknown caller with the great accents, who is now known. So here's your call, bro.
Oh, I'm eating some fucking fish and chips right now. Look, I'm eating some fucking fish and chips right now. Look, this is the unknown, now known caller, right? Look, Chris, I just have a couple questions, bro. It's actually one question, but we might get long-winded. Dude, I just want to know how you get paranoid, right, that somebody's gonna kill you or whatever the fuck. When I called in as Optimus Prime. I called in as like 3 other voices, like two British dudes, fucking Italian wife beater. who did you piss off or have a falling out with that is so crazy for you to think that the guy calling you with the fucking Optimus Prime voice is out to get you or something? Like,
Yeah.
What kind of maniac did you have a falling out with? Why did you think? What's going on here, Chris? Who are you friends with? That's the deepest question. Who are you friends with? Maybe you should reevaluate your friends.
Okay.
And maybe they should stop being freaks and geeks. Because I'm totally normal. All right, I'm a perfectly normal individual. I just left you a message as Optimus Prime and some Indian dude and some. Yeah, that's the question. I'm not gonna spend too much longer. All right, see you, Chris. Love the show, Mark.
Thanks, mate. I can't do it. But thanks for calling in, man. Yeah, dude, I had a real bad falling out with a past friend. He was in love with this girl. Then I started talking to this girl, and then he tried to like fuck with me in like subtle ways and shit. And some of that paranoia is still left over. Not to the point where I'm like I would like avoid him. Like it's just I get like I hate to use, for lack of a better word, I get like triggered paranoia wise, and then I start like it might be boredom. I don't know what it is, but it wouldn't have happened with any. You have a similar voice to him. That's the only reason that I thought that. But you what was I gonna say? I forgot what I was gonna say. I'm triggered now, and I'm getting real paranoid, bro. Who are you? Oh fuck, dude. It's right there. I forgot. Oh God. Yeah, bad falling out. All that happened. He tried to fuck with me in subtle ways like that. I was also smoking like a ton of weed at the time, and so much so to the point where I was like hearing voices, and then I was like, my tires got popped in my car. I was like, it's him, but it wasn't. I came home drunk one night, and then I just fucking threw my door into the car that was parked next to me, and then that guy popped all of my tires. So I was like, that sent me a little bit deeper. But yeah, dude, that was like, that got real weird, real intense. But the level of paranoia I felt toward you had nothing to do with like, I wasn't like, it's him for sure. But I was like, okay, maybe it might be. But yeah, falling out. He was in love with this girl, started talking to this girl. We never did anything, never even kissed really, but the fact that I was hanging out with her and him at the same time kind of like fucked with him a little bit, and then he started getting like real psycho. So yeah, so that's allegedly psycho. I have no idea. But yeah, man, and also I'm just paranoid as shit in general. I think I get like really bored, and then I just like start thinking about things, and then I think about things so much to the point where I'm like, how could that be real? And then I try to like come up with situations where it could possibly be real, and then like, it just starts like running and running and running. I don't know. It might be boredom. It might be fucking insanity. Probably not insanity. I think I'm fine. But yeah, you never know. Yeah. So I hope that answers your little bitch ass question. Call in again, please. I need it. I need it so bad. So here's Cliff.
Hi, Mommy. Everyone keeps asking me what I think about the Israel-Palestine conflict, but I'm just over here cranking my hog.
It's good. Yeah, I would have laughed had I not heard that already, but I'm definitely gonna add cranking my hog into the intro sound bay. So thanks, man. Appreciate it. We got 2 more voicemails left, and then I'm getting out of here, and then I gotta edit this shit. Yeah. So here's Julius.
Hey, can I get a 12-pack of Timbits, please? Yeah, no, just whatever mix you have. Yeah, thanks. Okay. All right. Oh, Chris! Hey, buddy. How's it going?
Good.
You done talking with Frank yet? It's not Tom Green from Canada. I'm a little tired, and I'm a little spooked, but I'm also feeling introspective, Sometimes you get on some of those days where you just have to drive for like an hour and a half straight, basically, and you kind of get that little like highway hypnosis that Joe Rogan likes to talk about, that like almost scares the shit out of you because you wake up. Well, you don't wake up, but you like snap out of it 20 minutes later, like, oh my God, I just traveled 30 miles. I have no recollection of anything that happened. But thank bless the stars that I didn't hit a power pole or a car in front of me. Yeah, man, doing some introspection on some of the girls I've had the misfortune of hanging out with in the last year or two, and just thinking about how, like, out of character it was for me to acknowledge these red flags and stop seeing them or stop giving them my time. Like, there was this one chick where, like, out of the blue, she kind of, like, snapped at her dog, and, like, nothing violent or anything, and, like, but it was just very strange. It was a very stark contrast to her usual demeanor, and she was like, all the dog was doing was trying to get on the couch, which it was allowed to do, and she, like, grabs this leash with both hands and, like, stares it right in the eye and is, like, sniffing at its nose or something really weird. Like, I don't have a full memory of what happened. It was, like, almost a year ago now, but, like, it still kind of sticks with me because, like, that was a fucking, like, out-of-the-blue kind of strange thing, and I can only imagine, like, what other kind of crazy she was clinging onto and hiding from me. So, yeah, if you had any great stories about how you actually did the right thing in life and avoided a red flag situation, it would probably be fun to hear about. And you owe me $3 again for this phone bill. Okay, bye.
I have not avoided red flags. I have just laid in heavy to red flags. Not anymore. I kind of am able to be like, I've had sex enough to the point where I just don't like care about it as much anymore. Where I'm kind of like, I'm like itching my balls right now. I've had sex enough to the point where I don't really care about it as much anymore. So like the red flags aren't really like, oh, she fucking is okay with like heroin and stuff. Not that I did that, but like if she like is like, yeah, I'll try heroin. Like, yeah, like, I mean, yeah, why not? Like if we were here right now, I'd probably like little things like that. But then I'm like, oh, you know what? I do want to get laid though. So I'm just going to, you know, we'll just keep going on that. Yeah. There's a ton of red flag situations that I've just laid heavy into. Most of them I've been really drunk for. So I never really, there was also that where I was like, meh, well, I mean, what's the worst that could happen? And I've been in really weird situations because of it. There was this girl that I had sex with, and then I woke up the next morning, and then she like woke me up in a hurry because her dad came to her apartment, and she's not supposed to have any men in the apartment. So she made me like hide in the closet and until her dad left, and she wasn't even, she was ugly basically. I mean, she was ugly. And then I was just sitting in the closet like just waiting, and I'm like, what did I fucking do? What did I do? Also, she looked nothing like her pictures. They were just completely different. She picked me up at night and she had to pick me up. So like there was no way out for me. So I was like, she had to pick me up at night. She's taking me back to her apartment 30 minutes away from my house. I was kind of drunk. So I was like, you know what? I guess I'm just having sex with her tonight. I mean, like, I don't want to, but I mean, what am I going to do? Say, hey, can you take me home? No. So I just did that. I mean, yeah, there's a ton of red flags. I mean, I was in a fucking long relationship with a fucking devout alcoholic. That wasn't good. Man, I don't know. It's just all like fucking, I'm trying to think of other red flag situations. Had sex with many women who have been raped. That's not necessarily a red flag, though. I feel like that happens more often than you think. I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think. I can't really think right now, but I'll brush it up later if anything comes. But hey, thanks for calling, dude. You can call in at 516-670-5132. And this is the last voicemail from Julius.
Hey, man. Me again. I was talking to this with Kevin lately, and I've been thinking about it too, just at work and stuff. But do you think the CIA or some other information organization had any effect at all on podcasts? Like, do you think they put a few chips down on that table? Do you think Joe Rogan was ever contacted by someone who wasn't Mike Baker, that fucking CIA shill who has a hilarious story of founding a company, leaving 5 years later to start a new company, which then his original company then buys and then makes him the president again of the original company,
Oof.
which now is both companies.
Jesus.
And if that doesn't sound like some psyops, fucking red tape, tax exemption write-off bullshit scheme, I don't know what is. So, I don't know, man. Give me your thoughts. This might be a totally fresh question to you, depending on if Kevin decides to steal my conversation topic and then do it with you and pretend it was his so that he would seem cooler and suddenly have a topic for his own shitty podcast because he can't afford a voicemail, so he has to, like, make up his own content, which is a lie because really half the time he just takes the things I say to him in private and does it again on air, and then everyone's like, oh my God, Kevin, you are so funny and creative. How do you do this kind of stuff? But it's like, I'm really just at home on my typewriter, essentially being a free script writer for this man.
Mm-hmm.
So CIA with podcasts, yes, no. Kevin is cool, yes, no. Good night, baby. Sleep well.
Good night, baby. Sleep well. Thanks for calling, dude. Kevin is cool. I'll go yes. He's helped me out a lot. I like Kevin. He's a good guy. He makes me feel good. He makes me feel so good. So, shouts out Kevin. CIA podcast. I wouldn't doubt it. It all depends. Well, they can, like, auto-transcribe YouTube videos. So maybe they can auto-transcribe podcasts based off audio alone and then catalog all of that. I think a better way to look into it would be, like, I don't know, man, to see, like, if people who talk about weird things get contacted by the CIA or the FBI or something like that. And maybe, but I mean, hey, dude, I think maybe, why not? It's a really lucrative art form, and also, people always feel like they have something to say, and I think the part of the podcasting that is good, or what makes podcasting what makes podcasting good is that you kind of don't know what you're gonna say when you start doing it. So then it's kind of just all stream of consciousness. So maybe you can catch people slipping up. Maybe, I don't know. It seems like they would, it seems illegal to use that against people, but I wouldn't put it past it. I mean, CIA's done weirder shit that we don't even know about. So, also, I don't think they've been contacted. I don't think Joe Rogan has contacted them. I feel like he would say something about it. He doesn't have NDA eyes, I feel like he would say something. I'm getting tired now, so I'm just gonna go. Thanks for watching, man. You can call in at 516-670-5132. Bye-bye.